The visit's significant on a number of levels. The first time President Xi has gone to Moscow since the invasion of Ukraine over a year ago. The first time a world leader has shaken hands with President Putin after the International Criminal Court indicted him for war crimes against children. Also significant economically because as Russia has become increasingly isolated, we've got a situation here where China and Russia are looking to deepen economic ties. And the cameras were allowed into the first part of the talks that have gone on for hours today and now gone into a banquet. And what we learnt from that was that they would be talking about China's contentious 12-point peace plan. Now, I say contentious because many in the West describe it as meaningless. The US, for example, believe that China's proposal for a ceasefire means nothing unless they get Russian troops to withdraw. And their reasoning there is that Russia basically holds about 18% of Ukraine at the moment, the occupied part of Ukraine, and that if they don't take the troops back and they hold a ceasefire, then perhaps that could ratify those illegal gains. So we heard from Antony Blinken a short time ago, the US Secretary of State. He was critical of President Xi for even turning up in Moscow. Here's what he had to say.
That President Xi is traveling to Russia days after the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for President Putin suggests that China feels no responsibility to hold the Kremlin accountable for the atrocities committed in Ukraine, and instead of even condemning them, it would rather provide diplomatic cover for Russia to continue to commit those very crimes.
So Antony Blinken would like China to use its influence with Russia, and it has quite a bit at the moment, to get them to force their troops out of Ukraine. The West will be watching these talks with great interest because Antony Blinken has previously said too he believes that China was considering providing weapons to Russia. That is something that Beijing has denied. And this is day one of the talks, and the talks will last for 3 days.